Hello, so welcome to the start of the very last week, week 8. Well done for getting this far, everybody. You're doing really well. So let's get going for that warm up, a nice easy 5-minute walk, gradually increasing the pace as we go through this warm up, and then we'll start today's session. So what have we got in store for our final week then? So today is our interval session, which is 4 lots of 8 minutes with 1 minute recovery. So progressed you one last time from last week when we did those 4 lots of 7.5 minutes. So not a lot of progression from where we were last week. So we're looking at a total of 32 minutes of running with just 3 minutes of walking in between. So compared to last week, that was 30 minutes of running with 3 minutes recovery. So just an extra 2 minutes and then you have done it. You've completed that progression for the final week. So well done. So we're already 1 minute through our warm-up already. So let's just start to use those arms a little bit more. Deep breaths, get yourselves ready and keep pushing forwards and backwards, increasing that pace a little bit further each minute. So let's just talk a bit about what we've got left for you for this month. So next session is our final pyramid session. So we have that to follow in our next session. That will be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, then back down 5, 4, 3, 2. And we have a 30-second recovery in that. And then our final session is that one that we've been building up to for the last 8 weeks, which is that 30 minutes of continuous running. Now, when you do finish this program, please feel free to revisit any of these sessions and give them a go again. These have been tailored to help you progress in order to get to that 30 minutes of continuous running, but there's no reason why you can't repeat some sessions and just see if you can beat the distance that you've ran in those sessions and try and go a bit further if you can. So that's 2 minutes down now, so let's just keep going another 3 minutes and then we'll start with that 8-minute session. I think it's really important now that we just look back at where we've come from and just see how you've progressed so well. So initially we started with those 8 lots of 1 minute in the first week, and then we moved up to 6 lots of 2 minutes. Then we moved up to 5 lots of 3 minutes, and then 5 lots of 4 minutes. And then we moved into week 5, which was 5 lots of 5 minutes. Week 6, which was 5 lots of 6 minutes. And then last week, week 7, where we did 4 lots of 7.5. So that just goes to show how well you've done, how you've progressed. So if you know anyone else that would benefit from this training program and you think it would help them out as well, please let them know. Even if they're at the very start of their running journey and they haven't had any experience, just explain to them how well you have done and how you've progressed through the 8 weeks. Okay, so that's 3 minutes down now, so just another 2 minutes to go, and then we'll start with that first repetition. If you haven't already, please like and share my Facebook page and my Instagram page. Let me know how you found the 8 weeks, how you found the progression. Have you found that your fitness has progressed and you're coping a lot better and you're recovering quicker? It'd be great to hear from you, and it will also inspire anyone else who's thinking about doing it to show them where they can get to themselves. So keep going. We're just coming in towards our last minute soon. So as we enter our 4th minute, let's start to decrease the pace a little bit slower now, because I don't want you too tired before we start today's session. So if you've coped really well with these as well, I do have another podcast as well for you to check out. So please just search on any podcast platform, Simon Minting Audio Training, and then you should find my other podcast as well, which has lots of different workouts for you to do. Very similar style to these. They're interval based, and some of them are specifically for beginners. Some of them are for intermediate, some are for advanced, and there's also some which is a little bit of a mixture. So you've got different levels of progression depending on what level you are at. So please check that one out and let me know how you get on with those ones as well. So we're nearly there now, everyone. We've just got another 30 seconds to go and we're going to make a start. So let's just drop the pace down a little bit lower before we get going. So just to recap, we are doing 4 lots of 8 minutes today with just 1 minute walking recovery in between. And that's what we've got coming in very soon. So get yourselves ready, deep breaths, slow it down a little bit further. Don't forget, we're in this together. I'm doing this with you, so I'll be with you every step of the way, pushing you the whole way, motivating you, and making sure that you keep going. So are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So off we go then with our first repetition. So just to recap, we're doing 4 lots of 8 minutes today. So all through these 8 weeks, we've progressed our shorter interval session. And this is where we've got to. We got up to 4 lots of 8 minutes. That's really, really good. Great progression on from when we first started with those 8 lots of 1 minute. So what an achievement. Fantastic work. I'm obviously doing this as we go, so I'm going to let you know how we're getting on through our 8 minutes, how long is left, and how long we've been running for. So you just keep focused and you just hold the pace that's right for you. Now that we're coming towards the end of this program, let's try and focus on that pace that you want to hold for the 30 minutes in a couple of sessions time. Let's just try and get those repetitions right at the same pace and try and keep them consistent. So that's 1 minute down already. So in total of today's session, we're going to be running for 32 minutes, and with our 3 lots of 1 minute recoveries in between our 4 reps. That's obviously 3 minutes of recovery, which is leading us up to 35 minutes of the main session, and then plus our warm up and our cool down. That will bring us up to 45 minutes. So a really good volume of time in this last week. Minute and a half gone, that's it. Keep it going. Keep that pace nice and steady. Feel good about it. Don't try and stress and strain. Just keep relaxed and comfortable and hold on to your pace. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. So that is 2 minutes down now. 6 minutes to go, then that first repetition is complete. Not too much of a progression on from last week, so we can easily do this. Last week we did 4 lots of 7.5 minutes with that minute recovery, so just an extra 30 seconds each rep. So just sustaining what we did and just building up slightly from last week. Great work, come on, keep it going. So our next session is our final pyramid session. So starting from 2 minutes and working our way all the way up to 6 minutes, then back down the other side with that 30-second recovery. And then that leads us on to that final session of our 30 minutes of our steady pace. And then we've completed our program. You've done it. So that's 3 minutes down now. 5 minutes to go. Really good work. Keep that form, keep those arms driving forwards and backwards. Keep relaxed, try to drop the shoulders, not tensing up the shoulders, raising them up to your ears. Try to avoid those arms swinging across the body. And avoid clenching the fist. That tension will travel all through the arm, into the body, into the core. If you start to tense those fists up, so just keep relaxed, keep your running smooth. Try and keep a nice stride length, so avoid overstriding, but as well avoid doing short steps as well. Raise those knees so you're getting a good stride. So over 4 minutes down now. We're halfway through this first repetition. Come on, let's keep it going. Really, really good work. Great start. So the first repetition is always a crucial one to get the pace right. You're setting the standards for the next repetitions to follow, so get that as right as you can. And then the second one, we can try and match that. Third one, that's always the one where it gets a little bit harder. We're tiring, but it's not quite at the end yet, so we've really got to work a bit more on that one, and then the final one is all you got left, where we can really just give it as much as we've got, okay? So that's 5 minutes down now. 3 minutes to go. Control your breathing. Deep breaths in through the mouth and the nose, and exhale out as well. Really good, come on. Nearly at the 6 minute marks. Keep going. Hold on to that pace. Try to avoid going too fast on this rep, because we don't want to suffer for the last 3 efforts to follow. If you've gone slightly under, we can adjust it. It's time to adjust it, so don't worry if you feel that you've been a little bit cautious and conservative. We can always build on from it. 6 minutes down, but you'll find with experience and over time, you'll get to know your pace really well, and you'll know what feels right for you, and also know when you can still keep working even though you are out of breath and your legs are starting to get a little bit tired. You learn your body, and you learn when you can keep going and when you start to tire. You've probably found over this 8 weeks that you've already learnt a lot about your limits and how it feels, especially if you've been a complete beginner and you're just building up to where we've got to. And if you have just had a break and you've just got back into running, your body's very good at adapting quickly. So you might have found that your fitness might have dropped initially to start with, but your body's got a great way of remembering how it used to feel. It's called muscle memory, and you'll get back quicker than when you did when you very first started. So that's over 7 minutes down now, so we're in our last minute. So that's why it's really important to keep going. Once you finish this program, you must try as much as possible to sustain your fitness level, because if you don't, it will start to decrease again. And we don't want to go back to where we were when we first started. We want to hold where you've got to now, okay? So nearly there, 15 seconds to go. Last bit of effort, right to the end. 5, 3, 2, 1. Well done. So that's our first 8 minute repetition done. Let's walk it out for a minute. Deep breaths. Go the pace that's right for you. If you are tiring a little bit and you need this recovery, just slow it down and just take your time over it. But if you feel good and you want to keep a fairly good pace going, just go at the right speed for you. Try to avoid going too hard on the walk, but just keep moving if that suits you better. So this minute is going to go very quickly. That's already 30 seconds down. So we're going to go again with that second repetition. Okay, are we all ready? We've got 15 seconds to go. So if you were able to track the distance that you've gone, whether that's you're running round a measured route or that you've got a GPS device, let's try and match that if we can, okay? 3, 2, 1. Let's go again. Here we go. Second rep of 8 minutes. So there's no reason why you can't revisit these sessions once you've completed the program. Lots of these sessions are really good just to sustain your fitness, and you can also aim to improve on what you've currently achieved. So if you can, if there's a way of measuring that the distance that you've got in these sessions, try and record that down, and then when you revisit them, that will give you something to try and beat. If you haven't recorded the distance, that's not a problem. There's other ways that you can record how you are improving. So if you can measure your heart rate, that's another good way that you can see how how you found the session. So you can see if your heart rate is lower, that will indicate that you have become fitter to when you did the session last time. So it's a minute down. Or another way is just how it feels. If you can just record down just a couple of sentences of how you found it. So whether it be, I was tiring towards the end, legs were getting a bit sore, or I was a little bit more out of breath, or in turn, I was feeling really good, really strong, finish fast. Record down key notes like that so it gives you something to build on, and it reminds you of how it felt last time. Come on, keep it going. We're nearly up to our second minute of the second repetition. Fantastic work. Be as positive as you can with your training. And be pleased and be proud of what you've done and where you've got to. 8 weeks really isn't a long time to get to what you've done. Thinking back to our week 1 when we started, such an improvement. We've really increased it so much. That's 2 minutes, over 2 minutes down. In that first session of that 8 lots of 1 minutes, that was 8 minutes in total of running. Now we're doing 8 minutes in each rep. So you've done really well. The body is really good at adapting with change. So your body can do it. You've just got to do it gradually like we've done it. So coming up to 3 minutes now. 3 minutes down, come on. If it helps, try and focus on small sections of this training, of this run. So whether it's, let's get to the halfway mark, 4 minute mark, and then we can focus then on the second lot of 4 minutes if that helps. Break it down into sections. Really good work. You hopefully now have settled into a bit more of a rhythm. Sometimes I find that the second one sometimes feels easier than the first because now I'm used to what I'm doing and I now know how it will feel, and I am properly fully warmed up and focused on the session. Hopefully you found that too. Four minutes to go now, so we're halfway now, okay? Come on, 4 minutes left. Second half of the second rep. Get this 4 minutes done, and then we are exactly halfway through this session. And then this will be the session 1 of all 8 weeks, all fully completed. You've completed that interval session of session 1. You're nearly there now. Come on, let's get this one done, and then we're there. Keep going. I know I keep going over your form and your technique, but that's why it's important to keep going over it yourself as well. Because when you get tired, that's when we all tend to forget about those points and stop doing it. And then we're not as efficient running, and we'll slow down and we will tire quicker. Try and conserve as much energy as you can and put your efforts in the right way to help us. So we've got 3 minutes to go now. Nearly there. Hold that pace. If you're running with someone, try and work together as much as you can. Help each other set the right pace. If one of you is going off a little bit too fast, just try and hold it back a little bit for now. You can always speed it up for the last repetition. Or if you, like I've mentioned already today, If you feel like you want to repeat the session, then you've got a chance to build up on what you set. Try to avoid going off too hard and tire. It's no worse feeling when you do that and you suffer. Try to avoid that. So we've got 2 minutes to go now. Come on, keep it going. Nearly there. Fantastic work. So if you know anyone else that you think this program would suit and cater for, please let them know. This program is ideal for anyone who is looking to build up their running to being able to run at the pace that's right for them for 30 minutes. So predominantly it's for beginners or anyone who's coming back to running who wants to build up nice and gradually. But there's no reason why more intermediate runners can't take on this program as well, because it's all pace specific for that person. So there's no reason why someone who is a little bit faster, who can already run for 30 minutes, no reason why they can't do it as well, because they're just going to be holding a pace that's a bit faster than what they would currently be able to achieve, and they can improve on that. So we've got under 1 minute to go now. Come on, last bit to go, and then that second repetition is complete. Great work. Come on, 30 seconds left. Nearly there. 20 seconds. Come on, keep going right to the end of each rep. Try not to slow down before I say. Just 10 seconds away. 5, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay, walk it out again. Okay, so enjoy this 1 minute walk again. Slow it down, let yourselves recover. If you want a progression on from this type of session as well, there's no reason why you can't jog these recoveries and hold a faster pace for the actual reps. If you're looking to progress on a bit further, that's sort of the next level that you can aim to do in all these sessions. So as I've mentioned, you can revisit these even if you are a lot fitter than you were, and you can just jog the recoveries instead of walk them. So how are we doing? It's nearly time to go. Wow, where did that minute go? We got 10 seconds. So this is our penultimate one, the number 3. This is the one to focus on, remember, because this is when we're getting a little bit tired, but we're still got 2 reps to go. Are we ready? Off we go. Come on. Right. So if you're feeling good, let's just try and hold the same pace as what you did in those first 2 repetitions. We're now over halfway through the session. If you are tiring and you did feel that you did go a little bit hard, don't worry, you can still change your pace in this repetition. Slow it down, use this one to just recover a little bit more than you did in the last 2, and then you'll be feeling a little bit better to take on that last final repetition. Okay, so just go the pace that's right for you for this rep. It's always time to adjust it and look at your average of the 4 reps if you have gone slightly too fast or too slow. Ideally, hold the right pace for you. We're looking really for consistent running. So that's 1 minute down already. It's a good start. Keep it going. Not long to go now. Just think of it as 4 individual repetitions. Try to avoid thinking of all 4 as one session. So just focus on each repetition as they come. So get this one done. We can worry about that last one when it comes to it. Coming up to the next minute mark. Come on, nearly there. So that is 2 minutes down. Now we've got 6 minutes to go. You're doing so well. So please let me know how you got on with the program and this session. It's always great to hear how you're doing and also hear feedback, how you found the sessions. Let me know what have been your likes, which ones have you particularly enjoyed. I've tried to vary my program so there's no repeated sessions, and there's 3 different sessions, as you know by now. First one being the interval based one, where we've increased the time and dropped the repetitions, building up on the volume of time running and decreasing the time walking. Okay, that's another minute down. So we've got 5 minutes to go. And then our second session is the one where we do our pyramid based session, which is, for me, the ones out of the 3 that I particularly enjoy the most for me, where we build up the time, starting off with short amounts, getting longer and longer, and then in the second half, dropping it back down. Have you liked those ones? Personally, I find those ones give a bit more variation and variety of different times of running, rather than running for the same length of time each time. And then we've got our third session, which we started off with longer repetitions, and then we've eventually brought it into just one long steady run where we've increased that time. So please let me know how you've found on with all those 3 sessions and how they've progressed. Hopefully you found by doing a bit of a mixture, it's not only given it a bit of variety and kept it a bit fresh for you, but you hopefully can see the benefits of doing different sessions, and hopefully you found it has helped you become fitter and stronger for your running. So that's another minute down. We've got 4 minutes to go. Halfway through the 3rd repetition. Keep going. Just hold that pace. Coming up to the next minute mark soon. Not long to go now. We've just got to focus on the next 3 minutes. So it's 3 minutes to go now. 5 minutes down. This is always the toughie, remember, so let's just get this one done. Get to the end of this rep. And then we'll have our last recovery. Final walk for a minute. And then it'll be everything we've got then for that last 8-minute rep, right to the finish. Doing really well. So if you haven't done already, please like and follow my Facebook page and my Instagram page. So just look at Simon Minting Audio Training and give me a like. And as I've mentioned already, please share with anyone that you think would benefit from this. Help them become fitter, just like you have. Right, so that's another minute down. So we've got 2 minutes to go now. We are nearly there. Really good work. If you're feeling good and strong, come on, hold on with that pace. If you're tiring, just keep going as much as you possibly can, okay? You're so nearly there now. You can have that recovery soon. Just over a minute to go now. Keep driving with those arms forwards and backwards. So minute to go now, okay? You know how quickly those minute recoveries go? That's all what is left. Working really well now. So let's try and get to that finish line in front of you. So it's 45 seconds away. If you're running outside and you can see somewhere in front of you about that amount of time away from you, let's focus on that point and let's try and get there. So it's 30 seconds now. Come on. Don't tire, don't slow down now when you're so close to the end. Final push of the penultimate rep. 15 seconds. Come on, don't stop until I say. Nearly there, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay, so walk it out for one last time. This is our final recovery. 1 minute walk. Go at your own pace, what's right for you to help you recover. Use this recovery as best as you can to be ready to take on that final repetition and give it everything that we've got left. 8 minutes away from the finish, and then we are done. So I know it's getting harder now. You're not alone. I'm doing this with you as well, and also other people are taking on this session. So just think of that. You're going through exactly what everyone else is going through, and what you're feeling is exactly what you should be feeling. We are pushing our bodies, and that is how we are improving and progressing as well as we have done. Getting slightly out of our comfort zone with each session. So 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. So here we go, come on. 8 minutes away, and then we have completed the final session 1 of week 8. Good work, come on. Just focus on each minute as they come. If you're feeling good and strong, every minute just try and put a little bit more effort in and try and increase the pace each time. Imagine going up the gears on a car. And if you are tiring and you are slowing, there's nothing wrong with that. You've done 3 really good repetitions. Just try and push a little bit further and try and hold the pace you are going as much as you can, okay? So that is 1 minute down, 7 to go. This is the time where I tend to think about the visualization parts. So imagine that you're in that race and that you have done all this hard training that you have done. You're feeling the benefits and you've got yourself ready to take on this race. And the people around you, they're tiring as you are staying strong and you are able to keep going for longer. So much of this is in the mind when it hurts. It's persuading the body that you can do it and you can keep it going. Even if you are getting a little bit more out of breath and your legs are getting a little bit more tired, that's fine. It doesn't mean that you have to stop. It's just knowing how much you can keep going for. So that is another minute down now. 2 minutes down. 6 minutes to go. So back to that visualization. Imagine that you're now pulling away from the people behind you. They're tiring away. You're pushing forwards and you're catching someone up that's in front of you. Now that person's gone off too hard. They haven't pace judged it as well as you. And you are bringing them in. You're pulling them in. Every step is a step closer to them. It's always a good feeling when you are in that position and you can see that you have something to aim for. Doing really well. Coming up to the next minute mark. So that's 3 minutes down, 5 to go. Let's focus on this next minute, and then we're halfway. So back to the visualization. So you've now caught them up. They are sticking with you, they're working with you, trying to hold on to your pace that you are going. But they're tiring, they're finding it hard to keep up with you. They can't hold on much longer. They're starting to slip. A few steps behind you now, and you are pulling a little bit further away. Come on, nearly at the next minute mark. So we're halfway now. 4 minutes down, 4 minutes to go. So if you're feeling good and you're feeling strong and you think you've got a little bit left in the tank, this is a good time now to start to increase the pace a bit more for the final few minutes of this session. Remember to stay positive. Think about that feeling that you're going to get once you've completed this session. That runner's natural high, as they call it, where you're feeling on cloud 9 for the rest of the day. Sets you up nicely to take on anything that's thrown at you. You will be there soon, just in a few minutes' time. So we're coming up to the next minute mark. So we've got 3 minutes to go. Last 3. So nearly there. So if you like this form of training and you like my audio sessions, I do have another podcast out there, so please check that one out. Just search for Simon Minting audio training, and then you will see various different sessions that I've posted. Similar format, interval-based sessions, different lengths of sessions and repetitions. So just pick one that's right for you and what you want to do. Give them a go, and as I've mentioned before, hold your fitness level. Keep going. So we're coming into our next minute mark soon. So we have 2 minutes to go. So back to that visualization. You're going to finish strongly now. Going to finish strong right to the end of the race. You're going to put a bit more effort in now just to pull away, increase your lead that you have on the people that were around you. Come on, nearly there. Minute and a half to go. That's all. We are nearly done. When we get to that last minute, we're going to give it all we've got. Whether you're tired or not, just give it as much effort as you can to the finish. Think of it as this is the start of your sprint finish to the end. So you ready? Right, we're 1 minute away now. Come on. Let's get this session done. We're nearly there. Keep driving those arms forwards and back. Help propel yourself forwards. Help the rest of the body, help the legs out. It's not just your legs that are doing the effort. If you use your arms, it's going to help your legs out as well. 30 seconds. You can see the finish line. Let's get there. 20 seconds. This is it, everyone. 15 seconds. Don't stop now, you're so nearly there. 10. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. We are done. Excellent work, well done. You have completed the session of 4 lots of 8 minutes. Brilliant. That is the first session done of week 8. Done. We've got just 2 more sessions to go and then the 8 weeks is complete. So when you're ready, just start walking at a very slow pace. Just catch your breath and just loosen the muscles just so you're not too stiff and tired when you get home. It's really important that you keep going at a light level, gradually lower that heart rate, breathing rate, and just ease those muscles. And just enjoy what you've done. You've done it. Great session. You just got to look back at how we progressed through those weeks. And now you've made it up to 4 lots of 8 minutes. Superb work. It wasn't that long ago that 8 minutes would have consisted of a long repetition. Back in week 3, we did 2 lots of 8 minutes as our main session. And here we are now in week 8, we're doing 4 lots of 8. So you've doubled what you did back in week 3. So that is really, really good work. And also back then we had a 4-minute walking recovery in between rather than just having these 1 minutes in between. So that just goes to show how well you've progressed. It's really important with programs that you just gradually progress nice and slowly rather than having too big a jumps each week. So hopefully that you found that with this program. We just increased the time of the repetitions or we've decreased the walking. And that's where we've got to today. We've also done a mixture of different sessions. So we've done those interval sessions, we've done the pyramids, and we've also done a steady one long where we've increased that time. So hopefully by doing all 3 different types of sessions, it's given you a really good foundation, which has helped you get to where you've got to today. So we're coming up to 2 minutes through this cool down, so just another 3 minutes to go. So just keep it nice and controlled and relaxed. Hopefully that you found over this 8 weeks that you are recovering a little bit quicker through these cool downs, even though that the sessions are getting longer and they're getting a little bit harder. As your fitness is progressing, hopefully that you are coping a bit better to when you first started. Generally beginners feel at the start that they have no way of knowing how it should feel, and sometimes feeling out of breath and a bit stiff and tired sometimes can feel a bit daunting and not feel very natural. But hopefully you've now got used to that feeling and that you've realised that you can continue even though it does hurt a little bit and you are a bit more out of breath, and you realise that your body can be pushed through that and keep going. So well done for getting to that point. So we're coming up to 3 minutes through this cool down. So every week I've been mentioning just different ways that you can improve and recover. So today I'm going to be talking to you about how important it is to strengthen your core. So your core is really important when running. A good core means that you're able to hold a strong and stable position for longer, which is going to allow you to hold your form and posture. Your back and your stomach muscles are really important for a good core strength. Now, unfortunately, running won't improve your core strength to some extent, so it's really important that you do certain strengthening exercises which will help your running and give you better results. So please look out various different exercises that you can do to improve your core strength. So look at exercises such as various different types of sit-ups and different planks positions, and also some back strengthening work, things like Supermans and dorsal raises. So check out exercises like that to help you engage your core muscles, and that is also going to keep your posture in the right position when you run and help you when you start to fatigue. So we're coming now into our final minute now, so hopefully you are nearly recovered now. I just wanted to wrap this session up and just say one more time, fantastic work, you've done really well. That is that last session done for the interval session. We've just got one more of that pyramid session to go, and then we'll take on that 30 minutes of steady running. So really, really good work. Please let me know how you've got on today and also through the program. It's always great to hear from you, so please let me know how you're doing. So just look at my Instagram or Facebook, Simon Minting Audio Training, and let me know. So I'm going to sign off now because the 5 minutes is pretty much up now. So well done, recover. Let yourselves get ready to go for one more time for the pyramid session, and then we'll then take on the final session of the 30 minutes. Goodbye.